try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your...
What up, Fin fans? Let's go. We up in the building. How y'all doing tonight? It's your host, Big C, and this is the Fin Posse Podcast, brought to you by Game Changers Media. How's everybody doing out there tonight? How's everybody doing? How is everyone doing tonight? So, yeah, we're going to be doing, this is the second video I made evaluating players that I feel the Miami Dolphins should draft and players that should be available for us. Now, of course, we got to rely on our bum general manager, Chris Greer, to do something that he has rarely did, and that's knock a draft out of the ballpark. We need Chris Greer to knock this one over the left field wall. We need a home run, at least a triple. We need at least a triple. If we want this team to be competitive this year, we need at least a triple. Chris Greer gotta be swinging for the fences. He gotta be swinging for the fences. He gotta wait for his pitch. He can't go chasing players, or you know what I mean. This is not the year to be doing it. Hopefully there's some pressure from Stephen Ross that his job's on the line. I don't think that's what it is. I think that Chris Greer has got another position within this franchise somewhere along the line. If Chris Greer or Stephen Ross decides to replace him as general manager, I think he's still going to be employed by the Miami Dolphins. So there's no real pressure on him. Mike McDaniel, on the other hand, I think if the Miami Dolphins don't make the playoffs this year, Mike McDaniel, even though he signed a contract extension last year, I think he might be out the door. So this draft is very important to Mike McDaniel too. This free agency I thought was going to be key for us. And so far, we've added some nice pieces. We've done some good things in free agency, but we haven't been willing to spend any money. And I know that we don't have a lot of money available, but we could have made more money available and done a bit more, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm just a fan, like any one of you are. Uh, I just want to see this team do good and succeed. I just want to see this team do good and succeed. Uh, so tonight this is gonna be a defensive tackle. We're tackling the defensive tackles. Um, Listen, there's a lot of quality defensive tackles in this draft. Um, Tonight we're gonna be exploring ones that the Miami Dolphins would have to take in the first round. They'd have to use their first overall pick on these D tackles because they won't be there. They're not going to be available when the Dolphins pick in the second round. So either they take one of these guys at 13 or they trade back a little bit and grab one, or possibly trade up from the second round pick and grab one. Preferably, and I've made it known a bunch of times that I think the Miami Dolphins, with their first overall pick, depending how the board falls, if the perfect player falls to us at 13, obviously you got to go and grab them. Um, but if we don't feel like that perfect player is there at 13, I think you do everything in your anything you can to move down a little bit. Move down a little bit in the first round. Hopefully pick up another second round, a third round draft pick. Because like I said, this draft is super deep, and key areas that we have holes in, that it would be such a godsend for us to grab another second round pick or a third round pick. It could really be such a difference maker. So to me, I would try to trade back in the first, maybe the 20, 21, 22, somewhere in that area. I think you could grab one of these defensive tackles in that range, and then maybe trade up in the second round and grab a safety or grab a corner or grab the other offensive lineman. I did offensive lineman yesterday, and today. I don't think we're going to address the offensive line in the first or the second round. Hopefully we add another one of free agency. There's going to be another wave of free agency, so we got to wait and see on that. But I think Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel are going to wait in the draft till at least the third, maybe the fourth rounder, to grab another or offensive lineman. So, like I said, tonight I'm doing the defensive tackles. I skipped Mason Graham. Listen, Mason Graham's not going to be available at 13 unless something crazy happens. Let's just say the guy's a beast. If he's there at 13, we absolutely grab him. He's the creme de la creme of this draft for defensive tackles. Just know that he's a beast out of Michigan. If he's there at 13, you absolutely grab him. So, first one on the board I got that I think is going to be available for us at pick 13 is Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. He's 6'4", and he ranges in weights from 296 to 305, 310. Listen, the guy's a big boy. He's a big boy. All these guys are going to be on the bigger side. They're defensive tackles. You know what I mean? He runs the 40 and 4.95. So a very good 40. Anything under a 5 is phenomenal for guys of this size. If you're this big and you can run under a 5-second 40, you're phenomenal. Grades on Walter Nolan. Tackle grade, he's got an 82%. Pass rush, he's got a 79%. And run defense, 95%. The guy is a brick wall when it comes to the run. He just stuffs it up. He stuffs that middle up. He doesn't allow players to move him out of his zone. The guy is a beast against the run. He's a beast. He's projected to go in the first to the mid first round. He's the number 19th player projected in this draft, 19th overall player. Some of his strengths, he's got an explosive first step. Got an explosive first step, and he just gets into the offensive linemen before they can get into their setup. Before they're able to step back, set their feet on a pass, he's already into them. He keeps the offensive lineman off balance. He keeps them off balance because he's so quick off the snap of the ball. It's almost like he knows the snap count more so than the offensive players do. That's how quick this guy is. He's super strong. He's got great core strength, which enables him to get up into these offensive linemen, push them back, and it almost resets the line of scrimmage. Because obviously they're snapping the ball from the line of scrimmage. He gets into these guys, and he's so strong. He pushes them back. So now you're starting your play 2 yards back because he has just pushed the center, pushed the guard that far into the pocket. Like, he collapses the pocket from the middle. Just great strength, great speed. He's got great agility. He's able to change directions, which makes it difficult. You're talking about bigs. So you got to be able to change direction and move on the stop of a dime. You know what I mean? It makes him his quickness and his agility make him a nightmare on stunts and twists when he's trying to move and gain position, when he's rushing the quarterback or trying to get off a block to tackle the running back. Also, what I noticed watching the guy on film is that he brings a nastiness. He's got a motor that just keeps going. He's got a motor that just keeps going. His motor is so extreme that through 4 quarters, he's going to wear that offensive line down. He's going to wear the center down. He's going to wear the guards down. By the time the 4th quarter comes along, these guys are cooked. And that's when he can put the real work in. This guy, his motor is so strong, he's going to be able to dominate 4th quarters of games. I really think this guy can be one of the dominant defensive tackles in the league. Some of his weaknesses, he's got to be below average arm length. His arms are only 33 inches. I mean, that can be a problem because it allows the guard and the center to get into his pads. He has an issue with gap control a little bit, but it's because of his aggressive play. He's willing to do anything and everything to get into the backfield, that sometimes he comes out his gap, which can create holes for the running backs. It can create holes for the quarterback to run. So he's got to be more patient. He's got to man his area. He's got to do a better job at that. But that's something that you can learn. You know what I mean? That's something that can be taught. That's something, if he can just have a little more patience, he'll be able to take care of that. And another problem he has is he doesn't have this big bag of tricks. He doesn't have a wide arsenal of pass rush moves. So, but that's something that he can learn along the way. He can be taught. The guy is gonna be great. He's a day 1 starter. Absolutely. You pick him and you play him immediately. And then what last thing I'm going to say about this guy is don't be surprised if Walter Nolan, by the time his second contract comes around, be ready to pay him. Be ready to pay Walter Nolan because he has the capability of being the best defensive tackle in all of football. So when that second contract comes around, he gonna want to get paid like that. We're talking max deal, highest paid defensive tackle in the game. He's got that type of potential. He's got that type of potential. Number 2 on my list, I got Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. Played right next to Mason Graham. Listen, that interior for Michigan's defense is outrageous. Outrageous. No surprise they won the national championship a year ago. These guys are just dominant players. 6'4". This guy, his weight varies. His weight varies. They've had him at 331, but he's been as high as 360. He's been as high as 360. That's a big boy. That's that Ted Washington in the middle. That's that Vince Wilfork in the middle. Big boy. 6'4", 360. And you know what's crazier? His 40 time. He ran this 40 when he was 360. Not when he was 330. When he was 360, the guy ran a sub 540. 360 pounds, a sub 540. Bro, that is outrageous. His grades, he's got a 76 tackle, 81 pass rush, 90 run defense. Again, he is that run stuffing defensive tackle. Makes it very difficult for teams to run against. His draft position first to mid first. Athletic freak. Like I said, 360 pounds, running under sub 540. You're an athletic freak. Impressive first step. The guy's got great quickness. He puts pressure on the offensive line immediately. Before you know it, he's up into the center, up into the guard. He puts pressure on him immediately because of his first step. He's got a multitude of moves. Unlike Walter Nolan, who we had just discussed, who doesn't got a wide range of moves, Kenneth Grant got a whole bag full. He's got a great swim move, a great club, a great rip, a great swim. The guy is just and a great spin move, 360-pound spin move. He processes the game quickly. He's able to help the defensive line make adjustments against the offense because he can see what he can just read the plays. The guy's super intelligent. He's got active hands. We've seen this with Akba. Akba used to always get his hands up, knock down passes. He's got active hands. He holds the Michigan record for most pass deflections. So even if he's not getting to the quarterback, he's affecting the quarterback's passing lanes. Another strength of his, and I don't know if it's a strength. Another positive outlook on Kenneth Grant is, listen, he's got 3 years of high-end production against elite competition. For the last 3 years, he's got great production against the very best competition in the country. The very best competition in the country. Another bonus with this guy, he's phenomenal on the special teams. He's blocked multiple kicks. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, I gotta use the bathroom. 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that, folks. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Where was I? Oh, Kenneth Grant. Uh, one of his weaknesses. I worry about the weight management a little bit. Like I said, he's been as high as 360 to 330. That's quite a big gap. He's still physically, I mean, he's still a beast at 360. He ran a sub 540. But I mean, I don't think 360 is what's best. So I mean, I don't know if his weight's been a problem or he's had difficulty keeping weight off, but I mean, that would worry me a little bit. And another thing, I think he needs to use his length and his arm extension more. Players are able to get into his frame because he doesn't use his length like he should. He doesn't extend his arms like he should. So the offensive linemen are able to get into his frame, and that affects how productive this guy can be. But Kenneth Grant, I think, to be honest, he's probably my favorite. He's probably my favorite of this group. I just love the guy. I love the guy. I think he's gonna be great. Again, when that second contract comes around, I think you better be ready to pay the guy because I think he's gonna be absolutely dominant. Shoot, I'm messing up here. My fault. I sit here and I go through the trouble of doing all this, and then I don't even handle my business. Handle my business. So the first one we went over is Walter Nolan. Boom, Walter Nolan, Old Miss. Boom, Walter Nolan, Ole Miss, defensive tackle. Again, at 13, I think he'd be a great pick. Number 2 on the list was Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. The Wolverines. Look at him. Big guy. There's also a video of him chasing down the running back from Penn State. He chases him down like 30 yards downfield and catches him. Check it out. It's great. I can't do a lot of videos on here because they copyright everything. YouTube is, YouTube's YouTube. Number 3 on the list, we got Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon. Derek Harmon. Boom. Another, like I said, all these guys are going to be exceptionally big guys. You know what I mean? You don't want a small defensive tackle. He's 6'4", 315. He ran the 40 in 4.95. So again, under 5 seconds for a 40-yard dash for guys of this stature is absolutely amazing. His tackling grade concerns me a little bit. Only 39%. Only 39%. But his pass grade is 90. His run grade is 87. He has an issue with tackling. He has a issue with his tackling form. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that and the weaknesses. Some of his strengths. He's a big, strong player. Got elite upper body strength. Again, he gets into the offensive lineman and he moves them backwards. He moves offensive linemen backwards. He's got a devastating rip move. That when he uses that, he's getting in there. He's getting into the pocket. He's getting after the quarterback. You combine that with his length, and that allows him to stay on the field all 3 downs. With that rip move and his length, you don't have to take him off the field on passing downs. He can stay on the field, rush the quarterback. He can either get a hand up or he's getting in there with that rip move. He's a dog. The guy is a dog. What else can I say? He will fight to maintain his gap control. He will fight till the death. He will fight till the death to make sure that he stays in his lane. He's not allowing the offensive lineman to move him over. He's staying where he's supposed to be, and he's blocking that lane. He's not allowing that thing to open up. He's not allowing it to. He's a dog. He goes hard for his. He's staying up in that lane. He ain't letting guys in. You know what I mean? Like, that's great for stopping the run. If he can make the tackle, now you got to make the tackle, guy. You got to make the tackle. It's all great and gravy when you stay in your spot and you move guys out the way. But if you're not making the tackle, that's an issue. Again, weaknesses, tackling technique, bro. Get it together. Get it together. You're a big boy. You hit people. You wrap your arms around them. You take them to the ground. Another weakness of his that I notice is that he can overpressure sometimes. He can overpressure the play. He's so aggressive that he can push the offensive lineman past where the play is going to be. He'll push past the pocket, which opens up running lanes. It opens up the quarterback, the scramble for gains. He's got to do a better job of that. He's got to have some patience. He's got to have a little bit of patience. But if he can fix his tackling problems and have a tad bit more patience, this guy is a home run too. He's a home run too. I think you can get Derek Harmon, though, I would say in that 20, the 25 range. So if Walter Nolan and Kenneth Grant are off the board at 13, I'm definitely trading down, and I think Derek Harmon can be had in the 20s. So hopefully, if Kenneth Grant and Walter Nolan are off the board, hopefully we're getting an extra 2nd round pick, at the very least a 3rd round pick. I don't know if I move back for anything less than a 2nd or a 3rd. What do you guys think? What do you guys think on that? And then the last one I got on this list, again, this is just a part one. There's so many great names. The last one on this list is Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State. Again, another big one. Another one. And another one. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State, 6'3", 334 pounds. 334 pounds. Ran the 40 and 4.68. 4.68. Listen, that's as fast as some receivers run, bro. That's as fast as some receivers run. 4.68 at 334 pounds. Are you shitting me? Listen, that's faster than a lot of some receivers run. That's faster than a lot of tight ends run. At 334 pounds, you're running a 4.68 40. Give me a break. Athletic freak alert, athletic freak. Man, this guy's got raw power in the weight room, and it shows up on tape. He's constantly walking players backwards. He's constantly walking offensive linemen back into the pocket, putting pressure on the quarterback, screwing up the running game. The guy is just super, super strong. He's got he gets great hand position, which helps with leverage and moving players where he wants them to be. He's an alpha dog. He's an alpha. The guy is an alpha male. You know what I mean? He is a nasty player. He's nasty. He looks to dominate the competition. He ain't out there just to draw even. He ain't out there just to win. He wants to dominate you. Problems that I have with him. He can have some leverage issues. Lots of times with his quickness, he gets stood up a little bit because he pops up so quick, and it allows the offensive line to get up under his pads. So he needs to do a better job with that. Another thing that I need to see more from him, I need to see more of array of pass rushing moves. Right now, he doesn't have that long list of pass rush moves like a guy like Kenneth Grant has. Kenneth Grant got the swim. He's got the club. You know what I mean? He's got the spin. Kenneth Grant's got a whole array of them. Not so much for Tyleik Williams. He's got to come up with some, learn some. But again, that's a teachable thing. It's not something that is a deal breaker. It's not something that's a deal breaker. And then I got some conditioning concerns with the guy. On some of the tape that I watched, I seen that late in the game, he's seen the wear down. So maybe he's got to take a little weight off. I hate to be the one to say all that, you know what I mean? You take some weight off, you know what I mean? But I think I think if he lost 10, 15 pounds, it would do him justice. But he seems to wear down late in the second half of games. So I have a little bit of conditioning concerns with the guy. But again, another absolute phenomenal talent that I can see helping the Miami Dolphins. He's projected early second. Now, you know, like I said, if we go defensive tackle in the first, I would like to trade back unless the perfect guy fell. I'd like to trade back a little bit, move up in the second. Or, you know, maybe you take a safety in the first and, you know, you trade up in the second at the beginning of the second round and you can get Tyleik Williams. Maybe Tyleek Williams is available. But there's more people. There's more guys that I'm gonna go over that can fill that hole for us. We're still holding out hope that Calais Campbell comes back. That would be huge. But we still need a young guy. We still need another starter to go along with Calais. Obviously, Calais had his reps limited last year because of his age. Yeah, he had a great season for us, but he wasn't on the field as much as we'd like him to be. And it's understandable with his age. So we need to grab one of these young guys. And, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the first round. The beauty of if Calais comes back is that it gives us, and that's why I want us to go and get another offensive lineman too. I'd like us to sign Stephon Gilmore. I know he's a little old he's a little long in the tooth, you know what I mean? I just want us to be in a position with this draft that, listen, we draft areas of need, but we're able to go best player available with that positions of need. You know what I mean? I don't want us to have to take a defensive tackle because we need a defensive tackle. I want us to take a defensive tackle because we need a defensive tackle, but we also can take either the best safety available, the best corner available, the best defensive tackle available, the best offensive guard available, or, there's a lot of people who want Tyreek Hill traded. That trade don't make sense unless it's after June 1st. I'm not supporting this, and I don't want it to happen, but shoot, they might find a wide receiver that they like and they take, and then it makes the Tyreek trade plausible after June 1st. I still want to do it because it's terrible for our salary cap. Yeah, it's a less of a hit after June 1st, but it's still terrible. I don't want to take a receiver in the first round. I'll be absolutely disgusted if we do. But again, with this front office, you never know. You never know. You never know. So, yeah, that's the first wave of defensive tackles. I'm going to hit you with another video with more defensive tackles tomorrow. This is probably going to be a 3-part series. We're going to have the first round, early second. We're going to have the second and third round, probably defensive tackles, and then defensive tackles that we can get later on in the draft. So this is probably going to be a 3-part set right here. But yeah, I hope that you guys are able to catch this video before tomorrow morning's video when we can discuss this live. And, if I'm doing something wrong in this video or if there's a reason that you're not in love with the content, please give me some tips, some suggestions, because I noticed that we get quite a few people watching. I mean, as far as, it's quite a few people to me. Obviously, I don't got TD's numbers or a lot of other people's numbers, but it's quite a few people to me. And I don't feel like the ratio, the likes, the views is very good. So is there a reason why people are not liking my videos? Is the quality not good? Is the content not good? Is there a problem with my voice, my face, my personality? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you all, though. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You know what it is, the Fin Posse Podcast morning show. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, folks, you know what it is. Fins up. Peace, love, happiness in the Fins, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Peace.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing